So tip number one, let's say you have a list like this one and you need both the index and the item while looping through it, right? So normally you might use something like range, right? So for I and range and then length of the my list, right? Something like this. But there's a better way. So what you can do is use the I as the index and then item, for example. And then instead of range, you can use enumerate like this and then remove the length over here. Cool. And now continue as you go. And then now you can print the index. So index like this and then item like this. Actually, this is going to be I. And then now let's run it and see if it works. And Python list starts with 0 as the index, right? And now let's move on to tip number 2. Let's say you have two lists like these two, right? And they have the same size and you want to combine them and make a pair out of them. So instead of looping through them separately, Python gives you a handy built-in function called zip. So you can use it like this. So for number and then letter and then in zip. And then you could put the second list here, list 2, which allows you to pair elements from both lists in a single step. And now let's use it. So print again, and then let's format this. We can just put the number in here and then point to the letter, for example, something like this. And now let's run it and see what happens. Cool. So as you can see, it's working. And now let's move on to tip number 3. Let's say you have two variables like these two. So A is 5 and then B is 10, and you want to swap them out. Usually you might use a temporary variable to do this, right? So Python actually allows you to just do it in one line of code, and then you can just do A, B, and then B, A like this, and that will swap the variables. So now let's check what the value of A is, and let's check what the value of B is. And as you can see, A equals 10 and then B equals 5, which means A and B have swapped their values. And that's pretty much it for this video. If you learned something new, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. Thanks for watching.